Welcome to Sorare Showdown Episode 1. This is a brand new series on the channel and it should be a load of fun. Essentially, it's a Sorare squad building challenge against a different guest every week to see who's better at Sorare. The rules are simple. We get a 270 points cap to build a team. Each episode will have a different challenge that we have to complete in order to build the squad. Then finally, we get to tell one lie to try and edge our way to victory against the opposition. This is because at the end of the episode, we reveal our teams where one of the players is not actually in our team. If he guesses correctly, he gets to change that player and reduce the cap by 10 points. There's only one thing you can't lie about, and of course that is the cap. Because saying your player averages 57 points and it's actually 56, it's no fun for anyone. There will be a chance to win £10 of Sorare cards in this episode, so make sure you listen to the end. But now, it's time to introduce the guest. Harry, nice to have you on. You want to introduce yourself, mate?
My name's Harry Trades. I go by that on YouTube, and big under 23 advocate on Sorare. Have been for a little while now, and excited to be part of this new series that you're starting.
No worries, mate. You don't know this, but you're not just competing for yourself today, you're also competing for your nation. That will be explained when you see the thumbnail to this video, but big Wales versus Scotland clash. So yeah, I'm just going to draw the challenges now. The people don't actually know what challenges could come up. So to explain the challenges, Harry, there are 4 different challenges that we could get today. First one, 2 players that have won a trophy together. Then you have 3 players that played together at the same time. Then you have 4 players that played for the same club, but don't have to be at the same time. And then 5 different Sorare leagues across 5 different nationalities. You got that, Harry?
Yeah, straightforward.
See what challenge we have for this builder. Okay, so what we need is 3 players that played together at the same time. You reckon you can do that?
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward. I think it's probably one of the not easier ones, but they don't have to have played with each other like previously. They can obviously play in the same team now, I guess, as well. Does that make sense?
Correct. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's pretty easy, but you do have to build the best Cap 270 team you can. You're trying to compete against the GOAT here. So yeah, it's got to be good.
I'm going goat hunting.
All right then, Harry, do you want to guess my team first, or do you want me to have a guess at your team first?
I'll have a guess at your team first.
Okay, so one of these players I am lying about, and you will get to remove from my team if you can guess which one I'm lying about. So, in goal, it is quite obvious which team I'm going to be stacking for this challenge. And I think it's going to touch a little special place in your heart, because I know you've had a few of these players in the past. So, do you know Franco Armani?
I do. Very familiar with him for sure, yeah.
Well, he is going to be the goalkeeper for River Plate. They've got a tough fixture against Boca Juniors, but I have faith in him. He'll get a lot of AA saves regardless, and if he gets a clean sheet, he's going to absolutely fly. Next up, we have what I'd call a good cap player at the minute, Nico Schlotterbeck. Now, he has a decent fixture, and he is running with a 51 last average. So, yeah, if he starts, guaranteed to put up over 51, I'd say that's why he's in my team. And then in midfield, we're going to get Ezekiel Barco. River Plate been playing really consistently recently. His scores have been really strong. He averages between 55 and 59 across last 40 to last 5. That's obviously the River Plate stack, and it does not go without the last 2 players that have to go in the team. Julian Alvarez, of course, a striker for Man City. With Kevin De Bruyne injured, I need him in the club. He's just going to absolutely smash it. And then I've actually gone for 4. I've gone for 4 players that all play for the same team. It made the squad building a little bit easier. That's why we have gone for Enzo Fernandez of Chelsea. Yes, they haven't been performing well, but that's brought his average down. I really think he's going to outperform it this weekend. So, they're the team. You scared to play them, and you know who I'm lying about, most importantly.
Well, I think, Enzo does have a great fixture this weekend. As you mentioned, obviously the massive derby just a massive game in River Boca. I can't see personally why you would go with Barco, honestly, because, I can't remember who Man City are playing this weekend, but Alvarez has been on fire. I'm backing him. I'm backing Enzo, regardless of Chelsea's sort of disastrous form. Schlotterbeck's been, decent the last couple of games. Definitely will outperform his average. Yeah, I just can't see why you'd go for Barco. I think Barco's the lie.
Get in. Harry, you have been played by the double bluff, my friend. Obviously, I'm not going to play 4 players from River Plate when I don't need to. You work that out. But the key part was the worst player you probably expect me to play, but maybe it would have been smarter to guess the best player like Alvarez, but you still wouldn't have got it anyway because I fooled you regardless. Enzo Fernandez is actually the card I took out. Yes, great player, but in Chelsea's form, don't really want to waste a player like that, so I have brought in a pretty decent player to replace him. You want to know who that is?
Yeah, go for it.
Jared Bowen, a fantastic
Wow.
fixture, right? Sheffield United they're playing. He averages 62 across the last five. This should be 70s, 80s, depending on how they play. It'll just be mauled by Newcastle. But I'm excited for that team. Yes, I have to put her with Armani against Boca and Barco against Boca. But yeah, it's a good team regardless.
Like you said, if Amani does get the clean sheet, probably saved a lot of shots in that process. So huge peak potential, but also the downwards side of that is they could concede a couple. Is basically you're playing with variance there, big time, I would say. But yeah, why
Playing with
not?
fire, the way I like
Yeah,
it.
big time.
Right, tell me your team.
Yeah, so in goals, I've gone with Gianluigi Donnarumma. They play away to Clermont Foot this weekend, stacking him with Achraf Hakimi, 63 L15, on fire recently, scored an absolute bang of a free kick a couple game weeks ago, and yeah, 78 L5, which is monstrous. In midfield, we've got Florian Wirtz. Can't really remember who he's playing right now, but I will have to double check that. But 69 L5, 54 L15. Up front, we've got Ousmane Dembele to go for that PSG stack. Yeah, on fire to be fair, is outperforming his L15 with a 61 L5 so far. And then up front as well with him, I've gone for Rodrigo, who finally got a decisive this midweek. Um, they play Girona this weekend, top of the table clash for Real Madrid versus Girona, albeit away from home. And yeah, decent, fits the cap just about. And yeah, I think it's a decent team.
I like the sound of the team, but you're definitely telling a fib about someone. I'll be honest, I am struggling, right? So you only have three PSG players. I can't think of any of those players well, definitely it's Wirtz and Rodrigo, right? Neither of them would have played for PSG. So you've got to be lying about a PSG player essentially, which is good because it narrows it down. Oh, but you could lie about someone else playing in midfield. Okay, it doesn't narrow it down completely, but it won't be Donnarumma that you're lying about. I think that's just too risky. He's decent average that you can get in there. Hakimi potentially lying about because he does have such a big average. You could get really any player in there. But what I noticed was when you're revealing your cards, and this could be nothing, you didn't actually know which team Wirtz plays this weekend, and it's like surely if you're going to put him in your team, you might know. So I'm gonna go. You're lying about Florian Wirtz.
No, honestly, I didn't know his fixture because I assumed I would be able to see it on the concept builder on Zora data. I am actually mistaken and I cannot, but I have since looked and he is playing Minds Away. And I was lying about Rodrigo. Yeah, although I'm a big Rodrigo fan, big game this weekend, Champions League midweek. I just didn't want to risk him. I've gone for somebody who has a great fixture, albeit they do have a Champions League game as well coming up against your boys. Well, just played your boys and beat them actually. Santiago Jimenez of Feyenoord. Obviously, most recently just beat Celtic. I'm sorry to
Just no
bring
reason
that
for
back
that
up
comment.
now, but
It's just not
there
needed.
wasn't. But you know what? I'm just gonna do it, and it's done. So yeah, Santiago Jimenez, he's a L15 of 50, just under Rodrigo, and I'm in the capped by 4 points. So 266 cap for me. And I fancy, honestly, I'd be shocked if this team doesn't pull in, very shocked if this team doesn't pull in 375 points or more.
Yeah, I am so concerned right now hearing that to you and that I've not got the guess right. Because what the fans or what people watching don't know is that one of us will be giving away a £10 So Rare player. Whoever loses to someone in the comments and whoever shares this post on Twitter, they will be getting £10 of So Rare cards, whichever one they want from one of us. So highly
Could get
competitive.
multiple. As long as it's
Yeah,
£10 worth, they could get 10 one-pounders if they really wanted to.
From you, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's just hope River perform against Boca. That's all I can say.
I know. To make it worse, you've literally picked like I stacked PSG and Hakimi. Hakimi, I've got rare and limited, so I'll be watching them like yes, no, yes, no. Like...
Yes, no. That's class. That's
So
class.
drop your Sorare names down below and go and share this post on Twitter to have Being with a chance. But this series gets even better because we're not done there. I'm going to do live updates on exactly how we're doing, and we'll get Harry on maybe to do a little recap at the end of it and to crown the victory for the most important episode, episode 1. Harry, thank you so much for coming on, mate. And yeah, let's see who's a better Sorare player. Let's get into it. I took an early lead in this series, mainly because I was the only one that had a game on Friday, but Nico Schlotterbeck put up a 67.56. Really solid for him, got so lucky with a last man tackle, but every single ones of Harry's players actually played on Saturday, which is weird, so I can tell you every one of his scores. The PSG defensive stack, genius idea, Donnarumma 78.1, Hakimi got an 82. Next up, Florian Wirtz in a 3-0 win only puts up a 36.5. Huge surprise, and that might save us. Jimenez here actually put up a 62.4. He only got one decisive, so that's good. But where I thought the results were going for this final card, it absolutely didn't. Ousmane Dembele came out with a 71 score, keeping in mind they didn't score a goal. So that's just absolutely huge AA. I've got so much to do. On the contradictory side, for me, Julian Alvarez, 1 goal, decent amount of AA, but then also got a yellow card, so he's on 78.1. The Boca game is about to start. Right, the lineups are out. Let's see if both Armani and Barco start. Armani's in, Barco's in. That's good. Keep in mind, they are playing away in one of the biggest derby games in the world, so not expecting too great of a score here. The challenge should probably not allow 3 players that still play for the same club, because otherwise it's just going to be whoever has the most favourable fixture each week. It'll just be like Bayern, PSG, Real Madrid. It's not, too challenging. But Harry knew the rules and he played them perfectly so far. But I'm still confident I can get the dub. Come on. Harry said he'd be surprised if his team didn't pull in 375 points. Well, because of Wirtz, there is an upset. 331 points he's finished on, which means I know exactly how much I need in the final game, River versus Boca. That's because Jared Bowen played yesterday and got 75.2. That means I need 110 points in this derby match to claim my first victory in the first episode of this series. Essentially, we need a clean sheet and a decisive action or some good AA from both players. Let's see what happens. I've been checking the scores of the final game, and River Plate were 1-0 up last time I checked. It's been about 30 minutes. It'll be very close to the end of the game if the game isn't already finished. So let's see how the scores are. Oh my god. Okay, so I have overestimated how long is left. It's the 74th minute, so we've got about 15 minutes left of normal time. But I need 110 points to win, and I'm currently on 111. That is just ridiculous. So if I can keep the clean sheet, I think I should be good enough to secure the victory. And if we don't secure the clean sheet, it's over. So 1-0 River with 15 minutes to go of normal time, and it is ride or die at this point. Alright, it's full time. I have not checked since the last time I updated you. Come on, keep the clean sheet. No red cards, no anything stupid. Come on. 2-0? Yes! He wins! 1-0 in this series. Barco finishes with a 68. I don't know what he did in the last few minutes. And then Armani on a 64. Oh, that is great. So together, that's about 130 points. So definitely won, clearly won. We're 1-0 up, come on. Let me know what you thought of this brand new series, and let me know if you want to have more of these type of videos with different guests. I think also when we're building the squads, there should be a time limit so it's a little more interesting. You can't just flick through all the best players and see availability and stuff. It's got to be done quickly. But besides that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, all the best to you. Cheers.